Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are today flying the CLS DC-10, or the Just Flight DC-10 I guess. Not sure, or I guess Just Flight is the publisher and CLS were the developer. But yeah, a very old add-on that's been with us for many years. I think one of my first actually purchased add-on for FSX back in the day. And so it does have a special place in my heart, but I thought it would be perfect to actually do a flight with it now, since we did the TFDI MD-11 during our last flight. So felt appropriate to then have a flight with the other McDonnell Douglas, or I guess Douglas wide-body aircraft, the DC-10, which I guess also has a bit of a rocky history with a lot of crashes and stuff, but maybe kind of remedied itself during the latter years. And we are flying for Walker Air. I think it's Walker Air and I'm trying to think, Canadian Express and Fly UK that has this aircraft in there. Or I think a few others have them in their kind of airline lineup, but they have specifically the CLS version, a livery for that one, which is cool. But we're gonna use Walker today, and we are at the Narita, Tokyo, the Druzveki scenery. First time I'm actually gonna use it. Bought it on a sale here a couple of, or maybe 1 or 2 weeks back for like 10 euros. Great value for money. I also got some Samscene scenery, I think for Osaka and Tokyo. And that's why we're flying to Osaka today, to Kansai, or specifically Kansai. I guess that's maybe a different city, but they're kind of all grown together. And yeah, not much else. Or maybe in terms of the arrival airport, that's going to be the BDO Aviation Kansai Airport. I think there's another version as well out there, maybe Technobrain, but I think the BDO one looks better. So I got that one. In terms of the outside of this aircraft, it's as you can see, an old model. I've added a PBR to it, so it does maybe give it a few more years. But you can see here there's no issue with the front gear if we compare to the P3D version, or the TFDI MD-11 in P3D, where one of the doors doesn't open. And you can see some cables here, so it's not bad considering its age. We also have the nice cargo compartments. Maybe not the highest kind of quality in terms of how it's been simulated, but considering its age, it's very nice. This is, I guess, also a good thing to mention. I guess it's kind of a light simulation. It's not that in-depth. I mean, a lot of switches are workable and some do stuff, but it's not PMDG or anything of that sort. And I do have a mod for it, which makes it a bit better, but yeah, just something to keep in mind. Here we also have the engines. Look very tiny, actually, these older ones. Just not that huge. The bypass ratio is smaller, but pretty good looking. I think with the PBR it also makes them look a bit better. And you can of course make a nicer PBR. I mean, I've just done it the easiest way I could have possibly thought of. How does it look here? There's actually a space here, so that's pretty nice. And some of the cables, I mean, nothing compared to the Microsoft flight sim models where you have all the, the rivets, etc. showing, but I would say pretty good looking considering its age. And the nice third engine, the tri-jet setup, which also looks very nice. And quite interesting in the sense that compared to the Lockheed TriStar, right, it's kind of like a separate and doesn't go kind of into the fuselage. I wonder how you kind of removed that to do maintenance. Must have been an interesting exercise. And yeah, this side looks fairly good as well. We have 2 jetways connected, so nice commercial for SMBC. And ANA vehicle, a Delta. This looks like a static aircraft. But yeah, not much else to mention. We don't see any cracks or anything clogging our pitot tubes, so we should be fine. We're gonna jump into the aircraft, and this is the position. As you can see, a quite different looking cockpit. You can see the connection though a bit, but it's we're in the 1970s, right? That's when this one was released. Let me check actually. Wikipedia will be helpful. 1971 to 1969. Manufactured from 1969 to 1989. So quite a long run. 386 were built. Not a huge amount. I think even less than the A340. Let me check. The A340 had 380, this one 386. Okay, so 6 more, but not a lot. But yeah, beautiful aircraft. This is a picture from the Wikipedia page with the Continental Airlines. But yeah, had some troubles at the start. Some the cargo doors, some issues there, but apart from that, I think it went a bit better later on. Some crazy accidents though. I think Mentor Pilot covers a few of them. And I guess the Lockheed TriStar probably ate up a bit of its sales, right? 'Cause that one sold like 250. So if this one would have cornered that market, you could have probably seen a better run. But with that said, let's get started. We have loaded our fuel and payload. We do that through the built-in P3D system. I don't remember exactly all the steps with this one, because I don't fly it enough. But I think start with the battery switch, and then the external power, which I think you only need to do the parking brake, and then you can get it in use. You can open those, and those I think as well. Yeah, we can give external power to the galley. See the frequency and volts. Then we have the APU, which will start at some point. We also have the FMC that we'll use. So this is a bit of a modified version in the sense that we have this kind of MD-10 kind of look with the little display here, but it does make it a bit more fun to fly. You could do, of course, VOR ADF flying, wouldn't be wrong, but I do think I prefer on this one it's a bit more fun to have the FMC. Gives it a bit more capability also in terms of SIDS and stars. The nav light. Oh, let me see, cancel that. That should give the red and the green. And we should also have the avionics buses, window DIs, emergency lights, we can arm that. These yaw dampeners. We do have the fire, but I don't think it works. So that's a bit of a shame. Would be a cool feature. I don't think there's anything here that substitutes that fire alarm, unfortunately. Seatbelt signs, we can put those on. We have the doors open, so we could start the boarding process and the GSX boarding. Let me just check. Did I save my viewpoints though? Because I always do the static one when I start these clips. So the question is, did I save it? No, I didn't. That's a bummer, but I'm gonna save at least this one so I can tweak it another time. And let's see, I think the camera I haven't updated that one either, because you have these weird transitions. But maybe we can remove them. It's not that they are bad, the transition, it's just that when they go kind of through the fuselage, it looks a bit ridiculous. Okay, now we should have a nice setup. Maybe we can get one on the side. Yeah, this one can work as maybe bringing it up a bit. We can see the pilots in there in the cockpit. Okay, what we want to do is get the boarding started. So let's bring that up. We'll bring up our PDF as well. Just have a look at our flight plan. We're gonna fly at a flight level of 36,000 actually. We're flying our normal flight number that we always use. We're flying a beautiful DC-10. 199 passengers. We're not gonna put that many. No Wi-Fi. That's a bit too modern, I would say. We want to do the boarding music, right? So Walker Air. And then the safety as the next step. And that's also Walker Air. So we'll start that. We can put the flight directors on. I'm gonna check that the volume is correctly set up. And it looks to be. Get those flaps to 0. Let's see, I'm gonna try to tighten the honeycomb Bravo, see if that helps a bit. Seems to have done the trick this time. Gonna check that it's still working. Okay. Looks to be okay. What we wanna do next is our flight plan. Before we can do that, we need to establish some communication with ATC. We have a SID and a star. 36,000, so we can validate, and I'll actually show you guys the route. Here we go. Let me just get this. How do I? Okay, for some reason it wants to show this bottom thing, not the end of the world. So here's the route. Gonna be a bit of an interesting one. I was hoping we'd fly over Tokyo because I have the nice SAM scene here. And then we're flying just past, is it Nagoya here? This is a bit of a tricky one. I tried to do my own ortho. I have my own ortho covering everything, but and here I have my own ortho as well, but I've had trouble getting some nice autogen. It's basically kind of empty. I do have one of these airports. I don't have this one, which I guess is the main one, but I think I have one of the older ones. This one, kind of military field, but that was a freeware one, so didn't add too much autogen. You can see we're kind of flying around and then coming in here, and then hopefully we're landing on 86 left. So it will be a pretty nice. I also think I have a bit of lack of autogen here, whilst here with the Samsung one I have a lot. So yeah, a bit of a bummer. But at least I'll get to enjoy, because I think there's another airport right about here, right? Look at this. A bit of a tinier one. And that's not the last one. I think there's an airport over here as well, which I think has a really cool city approach. So something I want to do. I hope that the airport, I'm not sure who has done some of these airports, but or which developer, but I think some of them are a bit better than others. I think Technobrain and what's the other one called? PackSim, Island Sim. I've done a few of these. But yeah, basically the only payware ones I have is the Osaka RJBB and then RJAA by Drusveki. So Drusveki and BDO Aviation. And then I want to add a few more and hopefully build up a bit South Korea, Taiwan. I also want to get some of the payware ones, and then China, so I can fly a bit around here. Kind of because I want to do Kai-Tak a bit more. Not sure if I'm gonna do Southeast Asian, Indonesia, or Philippines. Maybe at some point, if I feel it's worth the space. South America is also something I totally skipped in terms of P3D airports. But maybe Brazil there actually. That looks pretty interesting. I'm gonna connect to the sim. I forgot to press file, but let's see if we can get it working anyway. This is the ISG stuff, so it's not perfect, but it's not the worst. We can put in some of the general information.
3-4 right.
Pretty easy to remember these
Narita
ones.
International Airport Information
and
X-ray.
RJBB.
500 local winds are 29 at 5 knots.
Yeah, let's get the altimeter so
Visibility
we don't
6
forget.
miles. Skies clear. Temperature 9, dew point 3. Current QNH is 1012.
101.
Arriving and departing runway 34 left, 34 right. Narita International Airport Information
right.
X-ray. 500 local winds are 29 at 5 knots.
Let's get down a bit.
Visibility 6 miles. Skies clear.
Let's
Temperature
change.
9.
Shall we get the departure clearance? Walker 4003 heavy, ready to copy IFR clearance. Let's see, I also have the charts on my own EFB, so
Walker
that's
for
nice.
003 heavy is cleared to Romeo Juliet
A bit
Bravo
old
Bravo.
though, from
Fly the
2013,
Pigot 2
but
departure with the
hopefully
Pigot
fine.
transition then as
We'll know.
filed.
We'll know in a while.
Expect departure runway tree for left.
34
Climb
left.
to flight level 280 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Tokyo departure on 119.6.
Put in the altitude.
Squawk 6133.
28.
Walker 4003 heavy is cleared to Romeo Juliet Bravo Bravo. Fly the Pigot 2 departure with the Pigot transition then as filed.
The funny part
Climb
was
to
when I
flight level 280
started
via the
flying
departure.
FSX
Expect
and I
higher
got this aircraft, I
clearances
thought this
10
was
minutes
very
after departure.
advanced because I went
Tokyo
from default to
departure
this one.
on
I was like, wow, look at this
119.6.
autopilot.
Squawk 6133.
And then funnily enough, of course, this is an older one compared to, I guess, the default 737, but they were kind of basic in a way, right?
Walker for 003 heavy read back correct. QNH is 1012.
Okay, Squawk was
Contact Narita ground on
613.
121.75. When ready for pushback, have a good morning.
613.
QNH is 1012. Ground on 121.75. Walker 4003
I'm gonna put it on
heavy.
so we don't forget. And there we have the TCAS. We don't have any VX. I don't know why they didn't even put it as, possibility just to put in a VX there. I'll have to look at that at some point, because I do think this aircraft deserves a weather radar of some sort. Or maybe here you could have had like an empty space where you could put it in. I'll have to look at that at some point, if there's any potential way of tweaking that. Okay, we know more about our departure. Peacock, we can go route. And after Peacock, there's quite a few waypoints. So Y50 to Elnis. Y564 to Ibeno. It's a very structured flight plan, this one that we're flying. Just not like a straight shot basically. Y56 Tohme, and then Y54, a lot of airways. Let's been a while since we had to write this many in, specifically on such a short flight. It's always a bit, feels a bit unnecessary. Kova, and then Y12, it doesn't stop, more airways. To Kek, and then from Kek Y43, and that's gonna get us to Kisei. And then from Kisei, another one, Y46 to Kandy, and that should give us our approach, or our star. And we are gonna land at runway 06. Which one do we wanna pick? Let's do the Y one. The stars is the Kandy one. Kandy B. We don't know about any transition, so we're not gonna put that in. We're gonna activate and execute. Now we have an active route and an active flight plan. Looks like it at least. We'll go to the init refs and get that cruise wind.
And then this be advised, your voice is coming very weak.
How's your read now?
Now it's perfect.
Thank you.
Our reserves quite high. And I don't think we have much else you can put into this one. Oh yeah, you can do holds. So that's pretty dope. We have a progress page. And some other options, but kind of about it, to be honest. I don't think we had like any. Yeah, I don't think we have any other 2D panels that we need to be aware of. What we can do as a next step though is increase. We'll keep that one off for now. Yeah, interesting though, with no V1 speeds, etc. We're kind of gonna have to shoot in the dark. I'm gonna put this to a somewhat okay speed that we can maintain, that I know we'll be able to maintain. For the APU, we wanna start it. Do you think we need these? Okay, we can wait maybe with that one. With the fuel pump we do need. And actually, let me quickly just switch. Let me just get the chase plane. It's always minimized. If we switch to this viewpoint, we can just go up a bit so you can see the whole airport, the area. And it is kind of nice. You have the cargo area here. We're kind of at the end of the terminal. It's very nice, actually, very nice looking. Actually fun to do my first Japanese flight, or my first flight in Japan in P3D. Gonna be interesting to see how it goes. I think the boarding, did I start it? Maybe I didn't actually. Let's do the GSX one. It's usually a bit faster, but it can very much depend. We're still boarding at least. Did we get a public address, or is it me? No crew. What the hell did I press? Some button I shouldn't have, that's for sure. Okay, so what we can do. Do we wanna? No, we don't wanna tweak that one. The horizontal D or the gyro. What we do wanna check though is why I'm not getting any sounds.
Gonna do 671 now.
Good afternoon to you, man. Parking stand number 2, X-ray Romeo. POB of 3 and requesting clearance to Kuala Lumpur level 380.
Gonna do 671 complete in Delaware.
I'm not sure what's going on with Pack X. That one worked. But I'm not hearing anything else. There's been no updates or... Let me check. Yeah, all of these are set. Now maybe. Let's check. Nothing? Huh? Pre-flight. That's odd. Let me actually close this. I'll start it again just to check if we can get it working. So odd. Hope it's nothing serious. 403, 36,000, 2 hours. We're not doing career mode. We're doing the DC-10. We'll do a very small amount of packs.
clear to Macau, Mike 522, Kinabalu radar to departure, heading 022, 4000.
The boarding. And then the safety. Anything? Super strange. Let me check if the views are messed up maybe. No, doesn't seem to be view related either.
Ground. Continue taxi on Charlie.
That's very sad actually. Maybe we need to use that Luke air tool. Wasn't the best one, but it definitely worked at least. Yeah, really getting nothing here. That's so odd.
So that you can taxi out via mic.
Sure, ma'am. Further back and taxi out via mic, right? 5117.
517.
I think we could do it here. We can do passenger flight. Exactly, and we can load through this one maybe. We have loaded data. We're flying the
519 taxi 40.0 via taxi with Juliet Charlie.
DC-10. Let me see, model, nothing to change.
Japan 3004 ground.
Japan 3004, go ahead.
Japan 3004, let me confirm. Are you turning on the transponder?
Sorry, Japan 3004.
Route confirmed, can I?
Thank you.
Auto announcements. Okay, let me see if I can get this one working instead. It's a pretty good tool for being free. Here we go, Walker. Okay. Here we go. This should also give us a landing rate and G-force. So there's actually some benefits. I'm gonna close Pack X for now. Can we play the... I think we're playing the music now. I mean, it's a minor thing for the immersion to have these things, but it's always annoying when they don't work. Let's see.
Welcome aboard this Walker Air Transport service. Please ensure to place your bags either in the overhead compartment
Hey, that's
or
loud.
in the seat in front of you. And make sure to set your device to airplane mode. We should be on our way soon, so
Can you
make sure to
tweak
fasten
that?
your seat belt and move your seat to its upright position. Thank you.
Ah, there we go. Pilot announcements, let's get those down. Okay, at least we have most of the things working. We can close the doors. At least according to GSX. So I'm gonna close those doors. Yeah, they're all closing. Oh yeah, and the APU, that was what we were starting, right? Let me see. How did I manage to... Yeah, these are the APU ones, right? Let's see, actually I think I remember. Nothing on APU? Oh yeah, sorry. It's the run one. That's what I always forget. Should have done that before I closed the external power, but you know. You win some, you lose some. Okay, let's see. We can also, I think, disconnect the jetways. Operate jetways, undock, undock. Ask for pushback and departure clearance. Walker 4003 Heavy, ready for pushback and engine start. Okay, we did not get that through, so we're gonna have our friend do it for us.
Ground, Walker 4003 Heavy ready for pushback.
Okay.
Walker 4003 heavy pushback approved.
Pushback approved.
Why pushback approved?
Yeah, why?
Walker 4003 Heavy.
Is there anything else we need to do? We need to have that on INS, right? If I'm not misremembering, that looks correct. We're taking off from 34 left, so we're gonna turn right. And then... Okay, I never heard GSX Japanese voices. That was interesting. That we don't need. Guess the galley ones can be kept on. I think we can put on all the pumps. Shouldn't be any problem with that.
Good day.
Let's see, we wanna do taxi, we need to ask for taxi clearance first. What are we waiting for? Interrupt pushback. Is nothing working today, or are we just in a bad... Yeah, great. Drive through the other vehicle.
Vanilla 907, monitor tower. Question. Question, monitor tower 118 decimal 2. Monitor tower 112 Vanilla 907.
Okay, there we go. We're finally seeing some progress. I'll give GSX that, even though it sometimes hiccups. I mean, it does usually work. Pack X, nothing but problems since the latest Windows update. Unfortunately so.
Good morning, expecting 607.
Nose right. Let's try that. Okay, release parking brakes. Let's just have a look that we're not forgetting anything key here. Don't think so. I think we need to keep it on continuation if I don't remember correctly. Or if I'm... Yeah, I think so. I think the problem is that there's some bug. Start to auto villa. We are being pushed back. That is good news. We'll start engine 2.
Expecting 601, taxi to holding point via Alpha.
Or actually, is that engine 2 maybe in this case, not engine 3. Okay, we'll provide some fuel. And I do have a sound pack for this aircraft, so the sound should be a bit better than default. Can't really hear anything of the clicking though. Or could I? Is that just me maybe? Yeah, some of them work a bit better than the other sounds. I think the external, the sound pack is just for the engines though. Something to keep in mind. Okay, we are being pushed back, hopefully somewhat reasonably, but we'll know soon enough. Seatbelt signs should actually be on, or actually yeah, I thought it was the opposite, but I already had the seatbelt signs on. Okay, let's do this. Let's do the safety announcement. I'll have to have a look at the PackX thing again. Not sure what's happening there. Let's see, we're gonna add fuel. Get that engine started. This one should hopefully not have any FPS bugs. Haven't actually tried the TFDI MD-11 after I changed it since my last video. Need to do that. See what the situation is. Okay, looks like a successful start. Number 1. One thing we should have put on, which I totally forgot, is I think it's the form light. Or sorry, no, this is the beacon. There we go, I think that should be the beacon light. Not sure we can see it though. Yeah, that's the red. Okay, and the fuel. Let me check the recording. How loud are these? Yeah, pretty loud engine sounds. What do we think about? We're flying Walker Air, so the key will be to make sure that we land with a reasonable landing rate. And other than that, just making sure we don't fly anything crazy, I guess. We don't need the 80s. We can check maybe. Okay, nothing showing up. This could be we have to be in the air, right? Wasn't that the thing? Something. Or have I forgotten anything? Don't think so.
Arterial 74, continue taxi via Golf, Sierra, Sierra 7, Juliet.
I'm actually gonna let them know that. Yeah, good. Yeah, we have a good engine start. Let me go back here and let's make sure we get this set up somewhat appropriately.
811, hold short of Sierra 4.
Think like that. The generators. We can shut the APU, I think.
I-4260, hold short of Sierra 4.
Good. Auto, auto. No, that one can be closed. Packs on auto. Trim air. Flight recorder. Yeah, this one will not. And then the avionic flow override. That's the one. Yeah, maybe something like that.
Vanilla 101, hold short of Sierra 4.
Not sure, we need to tweak. We can put on the recirculation fans. Arm that one. Okay, I think most things are fine. I don't need to tweak anything down there. The question is, do we need anything specific for
239 ground, continue via Golf, Papa, Echo 4 gateway.
for this one to work, or is it that we just have to be up in the air? Could be that we have to be up. So let's get rolling. We were parked a bit off what I wanted. I guess left or right didn't make too much of a difference in this case. So let's see if we can just turn and then taxi. Walker 4003 Heavy, ready to taxi. Okay, we didn't get it again, so I'm just gonna have the co-pilot. I need to stop asking myself, just use the co-pilot.
Ground.
That one always
Walker
works.
4003 Heavy ready to taxi.
Okay, ready to taxi. Anything? It's thinking, okay.
Vanilla 101, contact ground 1295.
And we got a pretty okay taxiway, it looks reasonable. Okay, let's add a bit of thrust.
Walker 4003 heavy taxi to runway 3 for left via Quebec 7, Quebec 6, Romeo, Sierra 1, Sierra, Whiskey 12, Alpha, Alpha 9er, Mike, Hotel 3, Alpha 10, hold short runway 3 for left.
Okay, and we're gonna turn.
Taxi to runway 34 left via Quebec 7, Quebec 6, Romeo, Sierra 1, Sierra, Whiskey 12, Alpha, Alpha 9er, Mike, Hotel 3, Alpha 10, hold short runway 34 left Walker 4003 Heavy.
Okay, we'll just turn here, I think. Doing a bit our own thing. Some things we though could actually, which I didn't even think about, is flaps, etc. Let's quickly just check that, because I don't think this one you can tweak anything here. So we'll just do 15, I guess. trim, we do though want to put in the green band at least. I'll do something in the middle. We don't have any V1 speeds, which is a bit funny. Yeah, we need to get those taxi ones on. And engine, anti-ice and pitot. Oh yeah, the pitot heat, we need to put that. We can put that off. This one we can put on. Captain, yeah, passenger door, that we're not gonna be able to fix, that's a bug. And this is the anti-ice ones. Okay, let's use that for, so why not? In terms of the flight plan actually, we need to turn a bit because we're a bit off the yellow line. Let's just have a look at the weather, because I didn't check that really. Some jet streams, not in the right direction. Name of the crew. I mean, otherwise it looks fine. A bit of wind that's in the wrong direction, but that's about it. Okay, good enough, I would say. And what we wanna do is taxi to the left here. Narita Airport. Very pretty, very nice.
East sector 1, contact control 12175.
12175, East sector 1, good day.
I haven't really seen any of the virtual traffic. I know there's some here probably, but yeah, nothing that I can see. You would think one of the big ones maybe. Polish lot, the Dreamliner, Beauty, United. Let's brake a bit, we don't want to taxi way too fast. It's not the best taxiing characteristics, to be honest. Could be worse, of course, but pretty good considering its age. It does feel when you're turning it on the ground, it does feel like a heavy. And just maybe taxis a bit too smooth. Kind of picks up speed like crazy. And let's see, is there any... Okay, no runaways that are crossing here. Maybe there's been one historically. Feels like this is a runaway. You can see it here, right? There must have been a runaway at some point. Oh, and we missed our turning point. We'll do this one. Stupid mistakes, right? We'll brake, start turning. I've seen a very nice DC-10 that's being developed for X-Plane 12, a freeware one, but it looks pretty good. I know Microsoft Flight Sim also has one being developed. I mean, it's a pretty nice aircraft, to be honest. And I'm very happy that we have this in P3D. It's just about sufficient fidelity to be interesting to fly. The Captain Sim Lockheed TriStar is maybe a bit better, but this isn't too shabby. The only thing I hate with the TriStar is that goddamn DLS system, direct lift control. It's so weird. It's probably implemented correctly, but it is a weird system. Makes it awful to manually land. Thoroughly unenjoyable experience. Luckily this DC-10 doesn't have those kind of issues, so we do not have to worry. The only thing we'll need to check is if we get the nav working, but let's see.
Tower on 118.2, Walker 4003 Heavy.
Nice A380. This must be static ones, right? Nippon Cargo. Yeah, some of these look like static ones. Walker 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. Did we get that? Nope. Yeah, why do I even try?
Tower, Walker 4003 heavy ready for departure.
Walker 4003 heavy winds are 298 at 5 knots. Runway tree 4 left cleared for takeoff, squawk 6133.
Cleared for takeoff, squawking 6133.
Runway tree 4 left cleared for takeoff, squawking 6133 Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay. Left is looking okay. Right is looking okay. The thing is though, how do we do the takeoff thrust? I think you press there. Let's test something actually. It's always fun to test some things with this aircraft. Or with any aircraft for that matter. Testing is how we learn. Specifically when one is too lazy to read the manuals. Or I have read the manuals. I even printed out this manual, but I just haven't bothered doing it now. So if we do that, and then let me just check that we have nothing. Okay, one thing we haven't done is the auto brake, right? Does this one have auto brake? It does have one, right? Or am I? Yeah, here we go. Auto brake. Arm. Takeoff. And I think it's basically this one, right? So we do takeoff flex. And this should mean... Okay, that doesn't really work with the takeoff flex. But maybe if I press the N1 value, we're gonna get... Look at that, buddy. Okay, let's try to stay on the runway. Okay, 100 knots. We're gonna take off at around 150, I think should be sufficient. We're not that heavy, but we're not that light either. Okay. Taking off. Yeah, look at that. Positive rate of climb. Still not seeing anything in terms of weird. That's probably a bug. That's annoying though.
Walker 4003 heavy contact Tokyo departure on 119.6.
Let's add a bit of vertical.
Departure on 119.6. Walker 4003 heavy.
Now let's check once we put on the autopilot. And I just want to see if it's... Yeah, there we go.
Departure Walker 4003 heavy. Climbing to flight level 280.
Walker 4003 heavy, this is Tokyo departure, go ahead. Walker 4003 heavy contact
Okay,
Tokyo
let's see.
control on 119.35.
It wants us to crash.
Control on 119.35. Walker 4003 heavy.
I'm gonna remove the autopilot for the time being. We're still flying with the nav even though we can't see it. It's activated.
Climbing to flight level 280.
280. Okay, we need to get some speed.
4003 heavy, this is Tokyo control, go ahead.
Look at that look at that pitch though. We must have been close to crashing there. Okay, but good. At least we know it works with the nav. We just need to put the autopilot on to see that. A bit annoying, of course, but could be worse. Okay, let's trim it a bit. We did forget to put on the landing lights, of course, and the strobe, right? Oh, and now we got boarding completed. I'm just gonna close the Luke air tool, I think. Let me just force close it because it seems to have... Come on. Close program. There we go. Okay, now we can find a nicer view. Well, we don't really have that many nice views with this one. Nothing nice with the engine, that's the problem. And let me have a look at the... because I feel like we are pushing the speed quite a bit. I'm gonna put this one... Yeah, but we don't want to fly with that, we want to fly with the vertical one, right? Okay, let's see, it's moving at least this one, so that's good. I guess technically we can fly with the speed mode, it's a pretty good way to make sure we're keeping the right speed. We're above 10,000 though, so that means, yeah, off with that. Off with any runway turn of lights or similar. Yeah, we're really climbing like a rocket. I'm not sure about the speed though, why we're not getting that one. I mean, we are climbing maybe a bit too steeply, that could be the issue. Let's see if we can get the speed to increase quite a bit by pitching down. Hopefully that should do the trick. It's gonna take over 2 hours otherwise to fly this flight. Okay, and it wants us to turn. Pitching down still, not too much, we don't want to descend. Yeah, the weather looks very nice with the 2D clouds today. Okay, 240. Coming up to 280. Maybe we can do 300 here even. Try to keep it somewhat balanced. 260. So far so good. Saying bye bye to beautiful Narita. Okay, and let's see if we can turn a bit more. Have to trim it a bit. Okay, we're losing speed again. We want to be on climb though.
Thank you, sir. Maintaining level 390, MS 202.
Interestingly enough, it's still pressing harder. And that must be due to the speed I want, maybe, right? But if I change it to the altitude one, how? Altitude hold, Mach hold, IS hold. Yeah, this is the one, and then now I should be able to decrease this one, right? Okay, now it's looking a bit better with the vertical.
4003 Heavy, expect the Candib arrival with the Candib transition for the ILS Zulu approach to runway 2 for right at Kansai International
Okay, maybe a bit quick to talk about the approach, but
Expect the Candib arrival with the Candy transition for the ILS Zulu approach to runway 24 right. Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay, we've got the Zulu, not the Yankee approach. Something to keep in mind. Speed-wise, it's looking pretty okay. Maybe need to trim it a bit. Yeah, but look at the trim, it's quite low already. But at least it's been following very nicely the stars and the SIDS, the flight director. Okay, we're almost on 28,000.
Walker 4003 heavy climb and maintain flight
Okay,
level
we need to add a
360.
bit of trim, it seems.
Climb and maintain flight level 360. Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay, adding a bit of trim. Turning to the left. What are those lights? Didn't I close? Sorry, I didn't close the landing lights. Totally blanking. Did I put them on by mistake earlier, or did I close them by mistake? Hot tamale. Okay, 28,000 coming up. It's maybe time to soon. Maybe we can ask the autopilot to go in, show us how it's done. Let's see if we can follow the vertical angle. If I adjust it, can it still follow it? Yeah, it seems like it's working pretty well. Maybe we can put this to standard. Have a look on the outside. Yeah, we're gonna miss actually most of Tokyo. We'll fly over a bit of the southern parts, but that will be once we turn that way. But let's see, will 280 be too much at 36,000, or maybe just about good enough? Our max speed is 0.7. I mean, technically at these speeds we should change. We should change to Mach, but how? Okay, Mach. Yeah, there we go. That's how you change to Mach. Okay, we can do 7 or 80 maybe. I do feel like we are crushing these engines a bit. I mean, look at these values. They are way above. So we're probably pushing it a bit too hard with the vertical we're trying to achieve. Let's see if we decrease the vertical, will this decrease the N1 values? You would think so, but maybe they're keeping it just to reach the indicated Mach speed. And now they're decreasing, coming below the red threshold. What about here then? We're using fuel from center, left and right. And is there anything you maybe don't wanna use? Like, you wanna use the center one first? Let me check. DC-10 fuel system. Okay, check that. Only found some documents I can buy. I have a feeling I've looked for this before and it was kind of the same. I think most aircraft kind of want to drain the center one and keep the wing ones. Something to that effect, right? Okay, 380 nautical miles remaining since we're not flying straight. We have a bit of contrails being created, that's nice. And the flight itself, it's been pretty, I mean, pretty uneventful thus far, apart from figuring, goddamn, apart from figuring out when these are working or not, and I guess we need the autopilot for that. Let's bring down the Mach, we don't want to overspeed. Maybe we can do 7.8, that looks pretty reasonable, let's see. We have a bit of climbing to do. I think we can climb a bit faster maybe. What are the warnings here? We have auto spoiler armed. Yeah, we don't need that armed. Can I arm that myself by... look at that, that's cool. With the press of a button. It's interesting though how this one has these off standby align buttons, but we don't have any INS here. One almost wish they would have added one. Okay, 35 coming up, we're soon at 36. Okay, weather outside is looking good, 35.4. $35.8. And 36. And let's see, are we now going to altitude hold? Looks like it, that's good news. And now we only have a distance of what? That can't be 128 nautical miles, really? No. No, it's much longer. Definitely around 300 nautical miles still. Let's have a look at the fuel also now. Quite a big decrease in the fuel flow. Since we're at our cruising altitude. Does this one work as well? Yeah, it does. Should have pressed that one earlier. Yeah, you can switch here to DMEs. That's good. Yeah, overall a pretty good plane. Solid airplane for being a light version. We have well, we haven't even flown past Tokyo yet. It's down here. We can unfortunately not see too much from this distance, but basically none of the autogen is spawning in from this far away. But yeah, huge city. The world's largest city actually, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, look at this bay. It's probably perfect for sort of shipping and stuff. Very kind of protected. I guess earthquakes and tsunamis is the main threat though in all of Tokyo. And let's see, top of cruise, top of climb. Where's the top of descent then? Much later. But good, I think we have a nice... hey, maybe I can put a nice viewpoint on the inside. I don't think I've done that before. On this one. Let's see, open chase plane. Which ones don't we need? The right seat is totally unnecessary. Overhead panel is 100% unnecessary. So maybe we can use that one to get like a nice, like so I don't think kind of a GoPro sitting here in the front is gonna look too good, because I think we're missing the front. Yeah, there's no front. Hate that with these aircraft. Not these older models. I mean, maybe it was considered a bit of a luxury thing to have a front on the inside, but I think it does make it look a bit better. Okay, so overhead panel, let's update this one. And then I'll leave you with this, and I'll be back to do the approach planning in 20 minutes maybe, give or take.
Iceland Alpha 41, Polestar 13.85, no direct available. 2.85, copy, Iceland Alpha 41.
Good afternoon, cargo battalion 6755, altimeter 200 plan, cargo 150 on the central port of
Cargo Italia 6755, good afternoon, radar contact, line flight level 370.
Land cargo 370, cargo 6755.
Cargo 6755, correction, stop line flight level 270.
Stop land cargo 270, cargo battalion 6755.
Walker 4003 heavy contact Tokyo control 1134.15.
Control on 134.15, Walker 4003 Heavy. Control Walker 4003 Heavy, level at flight level 360.
Walker 4003 heavy, this is Tokyo control, go ahead.
Variant 506 heavy, Mr. Labrador, radar contact, maintain flight level 360.
Landing 360, thank you.
Variant 506 heavy, contact 123.0, Mashalam.
123.0, Salama, Syrian 506.
Emirates 9504, good evening, radar contact, maintain flight level 390, direct to Araba. Emirates 9504, what is your normal cruising speed?
Mach decimal 83 for now, sir, that's fine.
Roger, maintaining. Rocky 105, report mark number.
I'm maintaining 0.79, Rocky 0.105.
Rocky 105, descent flight number 372.
Descend 370, Rocky 105.
Jet 64, Alaikum Salam, radar contact, LH 998, Alpha 3 Charlie, arrival 33 left. I'll call you back for further descent.
Alpha 65, arrival 33 left, fuel is 997, request, London runway 33 right, 64.
Arabia 127, what's your current speed?
Current speed is 275. Just any at 250 to be 11 by Lubin, so then it's 652. RB 17, requesting director R1 now.
Hassan, director Arab, report established 3 minutes.
So full established 3 left director R1 RB 1 shutdown.
India Alpha Mike 4642, contact approach 1248.
Approach 148 for 6 for full top.
India Alpha Mike 4642, continue climb and maintain available 270.
Continue climb 270, 6. QH 1351 now, climb initially 10,000 feet.
Roger, climb 10,000 for 135.
1351, continue climbing and continue climbing, initially 250.
Take on 250, boys, 2135.
Contact 91231. مع السلامة.
Walker 4003 Heavy begin descent at pilot discretion. Descend via the arrival with the Candy transition to Crossberry at or above 4,000 feet. QNH is 1017 at Kansai International Airport.
Will begin descent at pilot discretion. Descend via the arrival with the Candy transition to Crossberry at or above 4,000 feet. QNH is 1017, Walker 4003 Heavy.
عربي on site حياك الله radar contact اتجاه كلير.
الله يحييك كنت ناسي يا عربي.
Contact 126.7.
343-126.7, good night. Nice.
Left to North Turkish 4044. Contact approach 124.8. 124.8.
Thank you, sir. 124, definitely Turkish 4044.
Check the level here, Qatari 02 Echo radar contact, the level 320. Contact 126.7, bye bye.
167 out of here, 2 knock it out.
Qatari 606 Emirates 124, contact 123.1, bye-bye.
123.1, Emirates 124.
Qatari 862, Victor radar contact, maintain level 410.
Qatari 862, Victor, maintain level 410. Assalamu alaikum, Kuwaiti 616, descending to level 180 with a speed 300 or less, requesting CC left.
أهلا وسهلا كويتي 616 كويت radar contact knowledge restriction by Colombo W3 Charlie Alice Damien 1.33 left report ready for the descent.
Call you ready for the descent at MDC Charlie Alex left Kuwaiti 616.
Qatari 862, Victor, contact 123.1, bye-bye.
The 123.1 at point 85, Qatari is to be received.
Roger, Jazeera 122, control 3, Charlie arrival, runway 33 right, descend flat level 160.
Flight level 160 for pilot approach runway 33 right, we have control 3 Charlie. 122.
Query 102 pilot discretion descent 2,000 feet.
Pilot discussion 2000 feet, 2102.
Melbourne 172, standing by for lower.
Melbourne 172 report speed.
Speed 290. wrap up.
Maintain flight level 410, direct to Rabat, Emirates 50, thank you.
Emirates 900, عليكم السلام ورحمة الله. Contact, maintain flight level 370, direct to Rabat.
تعرف 370 direct to الرباط Emirates 90.
Emirates 60, contact 123.1, مع السلامة.
123.1 Emirates 60.
Cody 1744, approach 1248, مع السلامة.
طبعا الشيخ 148
Direct Charlie 107, climb 190, proceed to boxing. Direct boxing, climb 190, Charlie 107.
اتحاد نار هليكوبتر contact 123.1 مع السلامة.
123.1 اتحاد 98 سبحان الله.
Emirates 90, contact 123.1 مع السلامة.
1231 Emirates 90 مع السلامة.
Emirates 14 Yeah, 542 morning now. We have contact back at Batman, highway November 218 to left. After that, November 218, confirm after that, for your 542. Yeah, you should have November 218 to that, that was fine. So yesterday we had you 500 at Batman, November 218 to that. Just verify your 542. That's it. Request flight level 380. 380, Emirates 123.
Contact approach 124 decimal 8, that's your flight.
Alpha Yankee 121 approach 124 decimal 8. Danke, ciao, bye bye.
Bye bye. Down 3000 feet to RT Dallas approach runway 33 left 34 Savage. Down 3000 feet to left 33 left and will go good.
Expressing 394, direct from Abba 927.
Direct from Abba, flight level 270, expecting the 394.
Yeah, Jazeera 1221, contacted on 133, that's not too far.
13325, Jazeera 1221, Marcel.
Good afternoon, Kuwait area 360, flight level 380, on the lookout for the object. RB 362, maintain 380. Convoy 512, 1267.
1267, overbound. India 394, 1267.
1267, express India 394.
Okay guys, there we go. Had to pause it quickly as well. So that's why it was a bit of a stuttering here just before I got back. Where are we? We are almost at our top of descent. Descent at pilot discretion, cross Berry at or at or above, it must be right, 4,000
Control
feet.
on 133.5, Walker 4003 heavy.
Yeah, look at this one. I think it's time to start descending.
Control Walker 4003 heavy. Descending via the Candib arrival with
Or
the
let me
Candy
check what the
transition to
Candy
4,000 feet.
arrival tells us.
Walker 4003 heavy, this is Tokyo Control, go ahead.
Candy arrival. Do we have the Candy one? We have the standard instrument departure. Standard instrument. Standard arrival. Must be a Candy one, right? Something equivalent to that. I hope. Let's see, do we have... maybe there wasn't one called Candy back in 2013. That is always a potentiality. Can't find anything here on my old... Can't find a Candy waypoint, to be honest. Let's start descending. It can't hurt to be a bit... we'll go down to... what was it, 4,000 they wanted us at Barry. That's gonna be in quite a while. Let's descend with 1,500. I mean, we're quite close to the airport. Maybe actually 1,500 isn't gonna be enough. Maybe we can do a bit more actually. We can do 2,000 feet per minute. Pilot discretion. So I guess we got pilot discretion, we can descend as we please, kinda, right? The weather is looking pretty nice. Just a lot of cumulus clouds. Or a bit of a variety, I guess, but mainly cumulus. Okay, and what do we know about our approach? Because we got some info. So, 2-4 right, Candy transition to ILS Zulu. And that means we have to change. So we are doing 2-4 right. And ILS Zulu. And let's see if we can... I'm gonna assume we're gonna get vectored. Okay, and let's see, can we load the approach? Let's see how it looks. I'm gonna activate the approach. I think that's what we... No, that's wrong. That's what the hell? We don't want to activate that approach. That one makes no sense. That's some odd stuff. let's see what we what we get. I think we have to though expect the ILS to 24 right, the Zulu one right. So we're flying the candy transition. We can execute there, and then berry, and then we have blonde, which is gonna be the waypoint just in front of RJBB and 24 right, yeah. Okay, let's have a look. 24 right, not 06, not 24 right, ILS. Minimums, category 1, 232. Do we have the potential to put minimums on this one? We can switch the speed bug, but interesting that there's no minimums on this one. That's a bit of an, I mean, even if it's a light aircraft, come on, you can put minimums into it. I don't think that's too odd, to be honest. How's the master caution for? What about fuel? It's looking fine. Is it potentially looking a bit low? If we shut those, what happened? Do we still get fuel? The engines do still seem to be running. Does that really make sense? If we transfer the fuel, maybe. Can we do that? Doesn't seem to do anything. I need to check the manual. I'm gonna go and find the manual here. Should get the physical copy, but maybe this one will have here we go, fuel panel 3.6. I hate when they don't align with the number up here, that's always annoying. Okay, so the fill valves will call the fuel truck. This is the very basic flight management computer, not something we're interested in. Kind of just loads up. But is that it? There's really no fuel? Okay, that's very sad actually. Okay, look. So if I do okay, so by transferring I can use the center tank, it looks like. Okay, at least we figured that one out. Now we got a red master warning though. Oh, because we're basically overspeeding almost. How come though? It's such a low... Maybe it's the Mach. And maybe we should change to IIS hold instead. Interesting how we got to overspeeding. You would think there's some ARL alert for that. That was weird. I never would have caught that if I didn't check the warning here, the master caution. Maybe there was one, but I just didn't think of it or recognize it. Okay, we're below 20,000 already, getting down. Now we just need to remember that we are using the central fuel, so we're gonna bleed that one off much earlier. And what else do we need? We need to put in the ILS info, which is 1085. Do we have it up here as well? Yeah. Do they align? So that's 110.6. That's a different number. Oh, it's because it's on the second one, right? Nav 1. Okay, let's see if we can. 185, course 238. Let's do it manually, or through the sim. 238. Let's do the same on that one, or I guess we have that selected, so that's fine. I think this has Autoland 2 capabilities, at least, maybe Autoland 3, potentially. Can't see anything indicating though the capability here in the cockpit. Interessant. Okay, we are turning, flying just by the coast here. It looks pretty nice, the ortho here actually. Not bad at all. Very kind of a beautiful country, Japan. Different, I would say, compared to some other ones. 11 minutes according to Walker, 17 minutes. We can descend a bit slower, it's not a mega rush if we're gonna turn around for 24 right. I'll increase the speed a bit as well, not too crazy though, 3220 maybe. Have we got an altimeter? Can't see anything specifically. Copilot has been able to switch the radio, so that's nice. Let's have a look. I got these books a couple of years back. JP Airline Fleets International has this list of different aircrafts, but it also has pictures. This is from 95, 96. So let's see what interesting pictures we have in this one. We have a ATR 42-300 by Thai Airway, or flying for Thai Airways. A Eurowings ATR 72-200. Oh, look at this, 95, 96, and we have a Sud Caravelle for Air Provence International at Palma de Mallorca. That's quite, that must have been a rare sight back in 95, 96. And what else do I have? Is oh yeah, here, Airbus Industries A300B4-200 and Finnair at Palma de Mallorca. A lot of pictures at Palma de Mallorca. Is it the same guy taking them? There was some Ulrich guy, and the other pictures were also Ulrich Klee. Then we had an A320, Trans-Asia Airways. So one of the earlier Airbuses. And then an A321 Swissair at Zurich. Then an A330-300. This was also been a very new one back here in 95, 96. And this picture is from 94. for Aer Lingus, an A340 for Air Lanka. So must have been a Sri Lanka airline. Antonov 12, Avial Aviation. What else? Antonov 32B, flying for Selva, Colombia. It's a very nice looking aircraft, Antonov 32B, very interesting. Beechcraft 1900D, Air Antares, a Bell 204C. Not a big helicopter fan, but I can see why some people appreciate them. Quite different. Well, look at this, a Boeing 707. That must have been an even crazier sight. TMA of Lebanon at Zurich. What a lovely looking aircraft. 727 for Aero República Colombia. 727-200 Advanced for Air Jamaica. It's a beautiful aircraft. The 727 is a very pretty one. What else fun do we have here? 737-300 Advanced, Orlando, Air Tran, Royal Air Maroc, 737-400. Oh yeah, because the NG didn't exist back at these days. It was Airbus galore.
Walker 4003 heavy.
The NG was the later model. Crazy to think of. And what did we now get? Oh, we are going crazy fast. God damn it. I thought we would have some time before we crossed 250, but apparently not. It has not been the best flight in that regard. Let me slow down. Been too busy doing other things. We will get a minus probably for overspeeding. -2 points. Nothing else though. There doesn't seem to be a minus for overspeeding in terms of the speed below 10,000. I mean, we're above the waters. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Let's see if they give us another approach. That could still happen, right? So what else do we have here in this book? Boeing 747-200, Air Madagascar, Zurich 94. Beautiful looking bird. 747-400, El Al Israel Airlines. 757-200, Transaero Airlines. 767-200, Japan Transocean Air. Yeah, the 200 is a beautiful one. Then we have a 300 for Royal Brunei Airlines. A BAC 111 for Yarrow International at Stockholm, Arlanda. Well, look at that. Back in 94, they had a lot of different ones. Even a HS 748 British Aerospace for Air Quebec. British Aerospace ATP of Eurodirect. British Aerospace Jetstream 41 for Sun Air of Scandinavia. Then a 146 British Aerospace Land Chile. Yeah, quite a variety. I mean, there's lots of different ones. Do we have a DC-10 maybe here as well? Let's have a look. Some Fokkers, Illusions. I mean, the MD-11 would have been pretty new. A Lockheed TriStar, Rich International. Such an interesting name. And a DC-8, Air Transport International. Here we go. DC-10 for whom? Premier. And then an MD-11 for Garuda Indonesia. They look very similar. You can see a bit of the difference in the... I think the fuselage is a bit longer than MD-11. And then yeah, the winglet, that's a big difference, right? Maybe we have descended away too fast, to be honest. Fuel is still looking fine. But yeah, maybe a bit too quick. But yeah, I can really recommend if you get your hands on some of these old aircraft books. It's quite fun to just kind of scroll through, you know, look at the fleets. I mean, I want to look at Ryanair on this one. They only have like the 747, or sorry, 747, 737 classics in their fleet, and they have like 10 planes. Quite different from the Ryanair of today. Must have been crazy growth as well, right? Growing from such a small airline to something so large. Okay, we are at 4,000 feet. Speed is looking fine. We're a bit lower than I would want. We'll arm the speed brake. We'll do medium on the auto brake. We'll have a look at the flight engineering station. Let's continue using the central fuel for now. We're consuming quite a bit more fuel now. We're not even close to Barry. Why did I start descending as early as I did? I always I either do it way too late or I do it way too early. That seems to be my the way I do things. It's been a 2-hour flight. God damn, this was supposed to be a short one. Okay, landing lights, they should have been on a long time ago. Totally forgot about that, unfortunately. As with many other things. Anything else? Not that I can think of. We'll hopefully soon start turning right, I guess after Candy. Still about 10 minutes of flight to go.
Walker 4003 heavy turn right to heading 070 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 24 right at Kansai International Airport.
Hey,
descend
we
and
got it.
maintain 2000 feet. QNH is 1017. At Kansai International Airport, contact Kansai approach on 120.85.
Turn right to heading 070 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 24 right descend and maintain 2000 feet. QNH is 1017. Approach on 120.85.
Wait,
Walker
2000.
4003 heavy.
They will kill us if we have to go there. No way. No way. The terrain is...
Approach Walker 4003 heavy. Level at 4000 feet.
Walker for 003 heavy, this is Kansai.
There's no way we can go down to 2000 feet. And how do they want us to fly this? Yeah, I'm still skeptical, let's see. Let's see. Maybe this will be fine. Can we see the hilltops? There must be a standard instrumental chart that shows us what's what here. Standard arrival
Walker
charts.
For 003
They're
heavy
quite
turn
a
left
bit.
to heading 040.
Ah, there we go.
Heading 040. Walker 4003 heavy.
The interesting part is we are getting... I don't know how they're gonna vector us in, because it doesn't align at all with what we have been getting from Pilot to ADC. I think this was their suggestions. I was a bit shocked, right? And we've been... I mean, this is the problem with Pilot to ADC. It's close to being really good, but then you really can't trust it. Okay, so we are on our way. Maybe we can do these slides so we don't forget. Gotta help a bit in terms of our workload. 24 right, anything to keep in mind? I mean, shouldn't be right. Missed approach is turned right, climb to 3000 feet, and then via a localizer of KNE 3283, which is 1156, and that could maybe be good to put on our second. So 1156 on the second one. Maybe we can't adjust, let me see if we... Yeah, it doesn't seem like we can adjust the second one. That's interesting. But 283 basically, that's the heading we should have for that one. If we have to do a missed approach or execute a missed approach procedure, hopefully not. But we'll see. The weather looks pretty nice. No threats, I mean we're pretty far up high. We do want to descend to 2000, which is quite low considering that 2000 is like 9.4 nautical miles from the touchdown, so basically interesting, highly intriguing. But okay, let's see. Minimum was 232, so I guess... Can it really be that there's no minimums on this one? It just feels strange. Feels like maybe it's somewhere hidden, but maybe no, maybe that's just the way it is. And here you can see with my complaining about, you know, no autogen, the trees are pretty well, kind of, you know, enough for me. I don't need too many trees, but basically no autogen. Some minor buildings here and there, but very bad generation with screen approc. There's a bit of hit and miss. I think mostly it's hit. The US have really good, but yeah, I haven't been that lucky with Japan. Can we get overhead panel light during the day? No, that's also something I would want to fix. Does this one have wing flexing? I do wonder. It was funny though, because I wanted to find a new Japanese virtual airline, but basically the only thing that I could find was all, what's it called, Nippon Airways. Basically just, so no fictional virtual airlines, just the real deal, in other words. Which isn't wrong, of course, we're gonna fly that, but I'm a big sucker for these fake airlines. It's fun to, because I feel like a lot of them have really kind of dedicated people, and I'm sure a lot of or a lot of virtual airlines based on real ones also have that, but I feel it's bigger chance for these fictional ones. But I actually started with flying for SAS, one of those, but that one has basically completely died off after they updated smart cars. Nobody flies for it. Okay. Anything new? 3 minutes to go. I think we're gonna get a really tight turn. I think after we've cleared these hills, we can potentially start descending. I think these are at around 3,000 feet. But yeah, look even here. Very bad. I was thinking about getting the FS scenery for Japan, but it's like almost double the size, the photo reel. I mean, technically what I could have done is just gotten it for the autogen, but I don't think version 2 was ready yet either, so felt a bit premature to buy it already. But maybe I'll get it at some point, just for the autogen. It's always better when you have someone who's kind of populated the autogen, rather than you know, just having some auto, or I guess probably use some better screen proc version. Okay, let's get all of the fuel being drained, so we don't get any issues. Lights are fine. You can shut this if you want, but let's keep it on. Anything else? That we need to do? We have the nav. I do think it's 1085. Do we know for certain? No, but we hope. Can we see it come alive? DME1 is on. What about DME2? That one is at least finding the VR. We're still 11.6, 11.5. Yeah, okay, so we have the DMEs. We're picking up both the DMEs. That's very nice. Means we're close, right? The ILS DMEs aren't that far-reaching. Thank God we didn't fly this without or thank God we didn't fly this with bad weather. Can you imagine what we would have been seeing at this point? And actually here we have some autogen, but that's courtesy of Samseen, because it does go down a bit here and populate some of these areas. I think that big tall building is courtesy of the BDO aviation scenery of Kansai. And let me just check now, because here actually altimeter becomes, so 1017. So we're actually lower than we think we are. No, higher, sorry. 1017. Okay, let's see if we can descend a bit. And I think we can get down to 2000 now, because we've cleared all the crazy obstacles. So let's descend 700 feet per minute. And let's see if we get any further clearances. We should soon be with the turning left, I think. But let's see. But yeah, here you can see there's a bit of autogen here and there. Does help a bit in the immersion, but mainly all of it is kind of here to the north. But maybe it helps with the loading. I'll be positive in that regard. And I think some of these, if you buy some of the airports, you'll probably get a little bit more autogen, so, you know, might even itself out, kind of. And there's quite a few airports here. I think even Edo is connected to Osaka, Kansai, and all of these. What's it, Kobe? I think it's like a lot of cities that are connected here. But also, kind of similar to Tokyo, you just see kind of the, you know, the harbor. It's kind of sheltered, you know. Pretty good country in that way. You have a lot of natural harbors. I think at least they're natural. They do look natural.
Heavy turn left to heading 330.
Okay, 330.
Turn left to heading 330 Walker 4003 heavy.
330, we're turning left.
5, runway 25, left, clear to land, short decimal 220, 10 knots. Clear to land, runway 25, left, 205 knots.
Pakistan 350, Badal 1 Delta, passing 2100. Badal 1 Delta, climb level 310, unrestricted, Pakistan 350.
Okay, let's see.
Walker for 003 heavy, descend and maintain 1,700 feet.
Okay, descend even more. And I'm also gonna
Walker
start
for
slowing
003
down.
heavy, you are 15 nautical miles east of the airport. Fly heading 270 to intercept final. Cleared for ILS Yankee approach to runway 2 for right. Contact Kansai Tower on 118.2.
Okay, and now we need
Fly
to
heading
get...
270.
I think we need to change this one.
Cleared for ILS Yankee approach to runway 24
To
right.
get the radio.
Tower on 118.2, Walker 4003 heavy.
Let me see, something like this maybe, can we remove that?
Tower Walker 4003 heavy, inbound for ILS approach runway 24 right.
Walker 4003 heavy, good afternoon, continue ILS to runway 2 for right, call when established.
That's the airport.
Continue ILS runway 24 right. Will call when established.
And I'm just
on
gonna
final
double
Walker
check that we are
4003
actually
heavy.
getting the right so ILS. Oh no, this is not yeah, look at this. Asphalt 6. Yeah, that's number 6. Yeah, that's the wrong DME. We want this one. 1085238. Good. We have double checked that. We'll be happy. We can see the marker also down here on the, what's it called, RME. So we know how we need to fly. We are turning, that's good news. Let's slow down even more. I'm gonna start adding flaps. Do we have a landing page on this one? Hey look, we did have a takeoff, god damn. Just couldn't, that was dumb of me. But can we add anything to it? Yeah, we can. Okay, you live and you learn. Gear is down. Let's get to manual thrust. I think we can go flaps full with this bird, right? We just gotta watch the speed, I think. And I think we can soon see the glide slope. We're still too low. So let's wait until we capture it just to see if it works. Yeah, put the last light on. I'm a bit more confused if there's the localizer. I mean, it looks like we're on it, right? But okay, let's see. Do we start descending? Gonna slow down a bit more. One thing we never changed was this thingamabob from climb to, I guess, maximum continuous, etc. I don't think it matters which one we have now, but just interesting to note. Okay, I'm gonna remove the autopilot. Let's do this manually. Immediately I'm feeling a bit of crosswind. Okay, let's see, we're going a bit fast. I do think this one has a pretty high kind of landing speeds as well, but a bit lower I think than the MD-11. but definitely around 150. And we do need to slow down a bit.
Salam alaikum, we order 5377 on the airless 33 left 7 knots.
Okay.
Walker 4003 heavy winds are 008 at 12
And we
knots.
got the landing clearance, even though I
Cleared
forgot
to
to
land
add,
runway
or
24
forgot to
right.
say that I'm established on final.
Cleared to land runway 24 right.
It's a bit high, maybe.
Walker 4003 heavy.
500. Still looking pretty good, but we're a bit to the left. Oh yeah, maybe it is actually showing. Let's see, now we're... I can't really see the localizer. Approaching minimums. That looks like we're gonna make it. Continue. Well, at least we got a minimums call out. That's pretty good. 100. 10. Okay, pretty smooth, I would say. Let's activate those thrust reversers. See how quickly we get down. 80 knots. 60. We can disengage the thrust reversers, go to manual braking. Can we brake fast enough to get here? Come on, turn. We wanna be fast. I wanna get off the runway.
Heavy contact Kansai ground on 121.65.
And
ground on 121.65. Walker 4003
let's check our fuel
heavy.
situation now here at the end. Ah, it looks pretty fine. Could have been worse. We will start the APU, I think. We can shut the landing lights and the strobe. I'll ask for taxi clearance or taxi request.
Ground, Walker 4003 heavy ready to taxi.
214 feet per minute according to Walker. So pretty okay. We got quite a far away place that we taxi to. Could have been worse though.
Walker 4003 heavy taxi to gate 42 via Bravo 7, Juliet 3, Sierra 1, Romeo.
Let's get those flaps up.
Taxi to gate 42 via Bravo 7, Juliet 3, Sierra 1, Romeo, Walker 4003 heavy.
And I guess we are taxiing on this one. Do planes follow kind of left or right traffic depending on country? I mean, Japan is left-sided traffic, right? So would they follow the left one or this is the right one? The $1,000,000 question. Let's have a look at the APU. Yeah, we can do this and then that. Now we have APU. Is there any kind of dual bleed or something like that that could be problematic? Maybe. Maybe not. What do we have here? Peach. FedEx. Wherever you go, there's FedEx. Atlantic and west wind. Look at that. Probably DC-10s, maybe. Could be. I think it's these RJAA ones. I think those are the west wind ones. But yeah, the BDO Aviation airport is, or the BDO Aviation's kind of take on Kansai looks pretty good. I think this is a pretty well done airport in P3D. I also have BDO Aviation's Liège in Belgium, but I haven't really had any time to fly to that airport. Haven't really had any good, I thought I would have more routes to it. I think I have one with the 747 for Metro Air, so I might do that at some point. This livery was really cool, SF Airlines 757. That's dope actually. Not bad at all. Okay, let's turn here. Okay, and we are turning slowly and steadily. And let's just park here. We'll just do a bit of cheating and just go straight in here because I want to wrap this up. Need to do some late night work. Let's see. Can we break here? Let's see. But yeah, overall, pretty good flight with this one. It does function pretty well, even though you have to consider kind of its limitations. It's based on a very old light aircraft in terms of its simulation of systems, but of course modded. But the mod thing brings a whole bunch of other potential issues, of course. Let's see, I opened the main door, but which is the main door on this one? Exit closed. No, I want to open it. Let's see. Exit open. Maybe there isn't a main exit. 'Cause I think one of the cool things with this one, if we open this one, which I guess is technically the main one, look at the door, right? It just goes up. It's nothing outside, or it's kind of built into the fuselage. I do wonder if, you know, isn't there a risk with having it go like that? Or maybe if there's a crash, it kind of just pops away somehow. Could be, right? Okay, PyRep was accepted. Not my best flight, but not bad either. Now what we just need to do is, and luckily we don't have pack X, some benefits, right? But yeah, what we need to do is watch the replay and then we can call it quits for today. It did become quite a long video, almost 2.5 hours, and this was supposed to be a 1.5 hour kind of flight. So that's always great. We want to go a bit further back, maybe like 400. And let's see, hopefully it doesn't crash on us. There we go. Okay, coming down here. Yeah, very nice looking Kansai. I really like this bridge as well, looks very nice. Is there 2 bridges or is it? Yeah, there's 2, right? And then that little Ferris wheel and the large building there. Pretty dope. Yeah, we came in a bit to the from the left, but we kinda got. Did I use any rudder here then? Let's check. I think I might have used a bit of left rudder, but I might be wrong. Yeah, tiny bit. It was like tiny, minuscule. We got down. Now this is the cool thing with these old models, right? You can see everything. Spoilers deploying, the reverse thrusts. Yeah, not bad. Even this thingamabob opening here on the sides, or on the one side. But maybe that's the... what's that for, actually? No clue. I was thinking if it could be the APU, maybe, but I'm thinking it's back here, right? But oh well. With that said, we can wrap up, I think. But yeah, I do recommend this airport. It's I think it has yeah, GSX is operational here, all Nippon Airways. You can connect the jetway, etc. So pretty well working in that regard. And yeah, look at the Atlantic Sun. What's that? A 777, right? And then the DC-10s of Westwind. So some mates from another of the virtual airlines I'm part of. But yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, do feel free to leave them below. And yeah, I guess in terms of conclusion, I guess this is a good wide-body aircraft that, at least in terms of comparing it to the MD-11, does look a bit better in terms of you know, not having as many stupid bugs. At least the front wheel looks, the front wheel bay looks to be working correctly, as an example. But yeah, with that said, thank you for watching and bye bye.